Hi there, this is Laura Henderson. I'm so glad you arrived on this page because it means you want to do something to take control of your love life. I know from personal experience how frustrating it can be to look and look and look for someone with whom you click, share common interests, and can build a relationship only to have things end in pain and heartache. I know because I've been there. Please let me begin by telling you a little bit about my personal journey from being lonely and frustrated to finding and marrying the man of my dreams. My love life was pretty much non-existent growing up. I hit my full height of 6 feet by about 9th grade. Kids can be cruel, especially when you stand out. And at that height, I definitely stood out. My braces and bad skin didn't help either. I spent school dances having fun with my friends, but as soon as the slow songs came on, I always found myself standing alone on the side of the gym, watching everyone else slow dancing with their crushes. In college, things didn't get much better. I got rid of the braces, but I still towered over most of the guys, felt insecure, and always had my nose in a book. Moreover, I wasn't looking for a fling, which would have been pretty easy to come by in college. No, I was looking for love. As a result, I didn't have my first real relationship until the summer before I went to law school, when I was already 22 years old. During my time in law school, I dated off and on, and even thought I was in love once. Now I know better. When that relationship ended, I was left more confused and lonely than ever. In other areas, things were going great. I had finally found a way to look my best every day, become comfortable with my height, begun a successful legal practice, and even purchased my own home. But, despite outside appearances of success, I was missing the one thing I wanted most. I still couldn't find love. I felt that with all the fancy events I attended for work, all the successful and happy people I met every day, how could I not end up meeting the right person? But all the best men I came across seemed to be taken, too busy with their careers for a relationship, or sometimes just too shy to make the first move. I didn't give up, though. I couldn't. I knew the love of my life was out there, and I needed to find him. Despite my frustration, I tried to stay in the mix. I dated online, I joined some young adult sports leagues, and I was active in my church. I even looked into expensive paid services, like elite matchmakers, Events and Adventures in Seattle, and the national franchise It's Just Lunch. But when I did my homework on those possibilities, I was really discouraged to see the high upfront costs, with only 3-day cancellation policies for a year-long membership and terrible online reviews. I was afraid that, just like all the other reviewers, I'd invest a ton of cash and end up just as lonely as before, but much poorer. I knew I needed to do something, though. It was depressing to fill up my life with activities and people that I cared about, but to still feel lonely every night when I came home. Then came the time that I finally hit rock bottom. It started with something as simple as going to see a financial planner. You see, when she and I got to talking about life insurance, she needed some answers from me. What would my spouse's salary be? Would we have kids? How many? Right there in her office, I came face to face with a horrible reality. I might just have to begin to plan for a financial future that didn't involve a husband or kids at all. Full disclosure, I went home and cried. A lot. I knew I was at rock bottom because I realized that I was beginning to actually let go of the life I had always dreamed of. The good news for me was that when you hit rock bottom, there's nowhere to go but up. And things started looking up very soon after that. In fact, I realized that by refusing to let go of my dream, I was actually taking another important step in making it a reality. And if you refuse to let go of the dream of the future you want, you can have your dreams too. I'll show you how. But first, let me tell you how I got everything I had dreamed of and more. I was so distraught over my trip to the financial planner that I confided in my older sister Emily, who of course had the wonderful husband and kids already. that I was afraid I'd have to give up on my dreams of having a family of my own. Of course, she said, "Nonsense!" Then she revealed that she had made a New Year's resolution nearly 11 months before to help me find my husband, and now she saw what her job was, to not let me give up. But the work to be done was mine. Somehow, the combination of hitting rock bottom and then finding someone who believed in me so much really lit a fire under me. So a couple days later, my sister came over with some paper, pens, and a solid sense of resolve. We made some tea and had an amazing talk, and I began to devise a plan. Our conversation planted a seed in my mind, and as the seed grew, I began the process of developing a surefire program to find love. During this time, I reviewed every dating mistake I had ever made and learned from each. I interviewed many men and women and used my background in psychology and extensive personal experience to understand why so many common dating strategies backfire and how to avoid them. Most importantly, I learned that there were certain things that I needed to be doing that I wasn't. And finally, I took action. And it worked. It worked really, really well. When I put my process into action, within 3 months, I found the most amazing man I had ever encountered. Just a year after we met, he proposed, in a very romantic way, of course. And just 7 months following our engagement, we were married. My husband, Scott, is truly perfect for me, and I am so thrilled to have found him. It's no accident that we met, though, and so much more than luck. I knew I had to share my process with others. Everyone deserves to be this happy. In the course of finding Scott, I learned that all the things I thought would scare men away, my height, my political preferences, my religious preferences, my career success, were exactly the things he found most attractive. Essentially, I realized that all the excuses I had been making about why I couldn't find the right guy were just that, excuses. And what I really want you to know is this. It really is possible to find a man who will love you for exactly who you are and take care of you and love you in exactly the way you want to be loved. After all my research and time spent in developing my process, when I finally put it into action, I couldn't believe how easy it was to find the love of my life. And even more, I couldn't believe how fast I found him. It was almost too good to believe, except I couldn't argue with results since, well, I'm married now to the most amazing man ever. That's why I'm glad you're here, because I want to share these secrets with you. I want you to have the life and the future you've always dreamed of, too, and to not give up. To get started and learn more, just enter your name and email below, and I'll share my 5 revelations with you about what I was doing wrong and what you can do to end the frustration you're feeling with your dating. After leaving my law practice to start my matchmaking business and publishing my book, How to Meet Your Match Online, at Amazon.com, I've had lots of people ask me, so what's a successful Seattle attorney doing giving out dating advice? Good question. Let me tell you. You see, my dreams didn't just extend to finding the perfect husband for me. I also wanted to find a career that would feel just as fulfilling as finding the love of my life. As fun as it was helping my clients start businesses and achieve their dreams, my real passion was in helping my friends and family, or even just acquaintances I met at parties, find the love of their lives. Just like I'd done in order to find love, I took a leap of faith. I went back to my roots in psychology and, using my knowledge as a business attorney, started my own business as a relationship coach and matchmaker. Since we opened for business, I've been featured on NBC and ABC News, written a book, and now spend my days working with wonderful clients who pay me thousands of dollars for personal one-on-one coaching. In fact, the business has been so successful that I was able to leave my law practice entirely and devote myself to helping people find love full-time. I've even started an affordable members-only website where men and women can discover how to transform their love lives and take charge of building exactly the kinds of romantic relationships they're looking for. But that's not what this is about. This is my free gift to you. Exactly what I wish I would have known when I was out there finding all the wrong guys and absolutely wasting my time and money. Just as my big sister came along and gave me that confidence that I so badly needed, that boost to create the ultimate system and process to find love, let me do the same for you. If you're ready to find love, the time is now. Don't waste another day. Let me share with you my 5 important things that you can do to end the frustration you're feeling, the loneliness and the sadness once and for all. Just enter your name and email below and open your heart to the relationship you've been looking for. I hope you will, and I wish you all the best in your future search for love. I'll see you on the other side.